Welcome to Everyday English Stories. Today's story is called The Lost Kitten. Listen carefully and relax. After the story, we will learn 6 useful words together. A steady drizzle had been falling all afternoon, and the streets were gray and quiet. Lena was curled up on the sofa with a book when an unusual noise interrupted the silence. It was a faint, high-pitched cry coming from just outside her front door. Curious, she got up and opened it to investigate. There, huddled on the doorstep, was a tiny kitten, drenched to the bone. It was trembling, and its thin fur was plastered against its body. Lena's heart went out to the helpless little creature at once. She scooped it up carefully and brought it into the warmth of her living room. Reaching for a soft towel, she dried it as gently as she could. The kitten was clearly nervous and darted straight under the armchair. Rather than chasing it, Lena sat down nearby and spoke in a soothing tone. Gradually, the frightened animal crept out and let her stroke its head. She heated some milk and offered it in a shallow dish. The kitten lapped it up eagerly, and before long it seemed completely at ease. Lena couldn't help wondering who the little wanderer belonged to. Determined to find out, she set about asking the neighbors the following morning. Unfortunately, none of them had ever laid eyes on the kitten before. Undeterred, she printed a poster with a clear photograph and her contact details. She pinned it to a lamppost where plenty of people would pass by. To her delight, her phone buzzed early the next day. On the other end was an anxious boy named Tom. His beloved kitten had slipped out of the garden 2 days earlier. Within the hour, he arrived on her doorstep, his mother close behind. As soon as he spotted the kitten, his whole face lit up with joy. "Pepper, there you are," he exclaimed, scarcely able to believe his eyes. The kitten sprang into his arms as if it had never been apart from him. Tom was absolutely thrilled and thanked Lena from the bottom of his heart. In the weeks that followed, he dropped by regularly to say hello. What had begun as a rainy day rescue blossomed into a genuine friendship. Sometimes, Lena reflected, the smallest gestures leave the deepest mark. Now let's learn 6 words from the story. Drizzle. Light, fine rain. For example, a steady drizzle had been falling all afternoon. Drenched. Completely soaked with water. For example, there was a tiny kitten, drenched to the bone. One's heart goes out to feel great sympathy for someone. For example, Lena's heart went out to the helpless little creature. Soothing. Gentle and calming. For example, Lena spoke in a soothing tone. Undeterred. Not discouraged, despite difficulty. For example, undeterred, she printed a poster with a clear photograph. From the bottom of one's heart. With deep, sincere feeling. For example, Tom thanked Lena from the bottom of his heart. That's the end of today's story. Try to listen again and repeat the sentences out loud. We post new episodes every day, so please subscribe and turn on notifications. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.